Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
When families take on the task of caring for a loved one, there are many important issues to address in that care. Stephen Lair, owner of Home Instead Senior Care Chapel Hill, recently stopped by our studio to talk about the organization's free emergency kit that helps families prepare.
Stephen Lair, welcome to North Carolina Now.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Now, your company, Home Instead Senior Care, has launched a public education program that's called Answering the Call. Tell our viewers a little bit about this program.
Answering the Call is a program that's designed around a single question. And that question is that if the phone rang right now and it was the hospital calling because your mom or dad has slipped and fallen, they've had a heart attack or a stroke or an accident, and the doctor's on the other side of the phone, they want to know what medications mom's on, what her medical history is like, whether or not she has any allergies, who her primary care physician is, where her financial documents are located. And you need to know that information, and you need to know it now. The question is, are you ready to answer that call? And the sad reality for most of the families that we interact with on a daily basis is that they really aren't.
Before you put this program together, you actually did some research as it relates to being prepared for such an event. What did some of your information reveal?
It was really kind of scary. Home Instead conducted research across our North American network of franchises, and out of the people who identified themselves as likely to be primary caregivers for their parents, half of them couldn't name a single medication that their parents were taking on a daily basis. 40% couldn't name their parents' primary care physicians. And so it was a very obvious need that was presented through this research of, gosh, we need to get out there and get people talking about this, because these situations are times where seconds count.
Were there other interesting statistics you found out?
Oh, the one that just keeps me awake at night is people will ask me why it's so urgent that we get this information about seniors specifically. Why is there not a push for children or for middle-aged people? And one of the things that I think people don't take time to think about with regards to seniors is the number of different physicians and medications and circumstances that are all kind of converging in a very vulnerable group. If I slip and fall and break my leg and go to the hospital, I've got one doctor and I'm taking a couple allergy pills. You have my information. If a senior slips and falls, they've got 6 different physicians, they're on 8 different medications, they've got all of these different things going on that can really dramatically affect their ability to recover from things.
So what can families do to make sure that they are prepared in the case of an emergency involving a senior loved one?
I'd say 2 things. The first one, and the most important, and the thing that we're out there trumpeting from the hilltops to try and get people excited about, is just have a conversation. Talk to your mom and dad. Open those lines of communication, because so many times we get so busy, especially in the sandwich generation. I've got my own kids, my own concerns, my job, my 9 to 5. I don't take time to think about what happens with mom and dad. So just start having those conversations and engaging your parents in a manner where they feel like they can contribute. The second thing is what we've put together called the Senior Emergency Kit, which is basically a portfolio type document that allows you to house all of the pertinent information for your parents in one place, so that when you get that call in the middle of the night, you don't have to go scrounging around trying to find things, looking like a scavenger hunt at mom and dad's house. You've got all the information in one piece.
And if someone wants to find out more about this kit, where can they go?
A couple different places. You can go to senioremergencykit.com, where you can download all the information contained in the Senior Emergency Kit, as well as some helpful tips about how to gather the information and how to start having those conversations. Or you can contact your local Home Instead franchise, where we can provide you with one of the portfolios, a refrigerator magnet, a senior wallet card that they can keep with them, and they could just go to homeinstead.com and type in their zip code, and it'll pull up their franchise.
And of course, you're in charge. You own the the Home Instead Senior Care facility in Chapel Hill. There are other facilities across the state as well.
Absolutely. Our franchise in Chapel Hill covers all of Orange and Durham County, or Orange and Chatham County rather, but there's 22 different franchises across the state. So chances are wherever your loved one is, we'll be able to get them the information that they need.
You've developed this kit, but if you had one piece of advice to give someone, especially those folks who have senior parents and they are not prepared, what piece of advice would you give them?
Today's the day. today's the day. I talked to my parents about it. I said, Mom, Dad, we're out here. We're talking about this with the public. What do you guys think about sitting down and talking about this? We're not old enough. We'll talk about it tomorrow. No, today's the day. Have the conversation now. Don't wait. Do it while time is still on your side.
Stephen Lair, owner of the Home Instead Senior Care in Chapel Hill, thank you for stopping by and sharing your information with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.